Stillwater is no stranger to music, having a history with music and everything that comes along with it.
Whether it be Garth Brooks or another local artist, Stillwater has seen and heard it all.
Let's take a look, or should I say listen, to the sounds of Stillwater. Welcome to this week's episode of Pete's Corner. We're your host, Sarah Orsburn.
And I'm Logan Engles. And before we dive into the Stillwater music scene, we're first going to take a peek at a place that equips musicians with all of the extra talents that they need to succeed.
Let's hop over to Claire Thomas, who is at the Michael and Anne Greenwood School of Music, learning all about music.
There's no doubt about it that talent is everywhere in Stillwater. Whether it be musicians, producers, or performers, the heart and soul of this town lies within the people who create unforgettable music. At the Michael and Anne Greenwood School of Music, enrichment happens in every room, and students are learning every day how to grow and learn as aspiring musicians. Senior music education student Rosalind Hodge speaks on how this environment has helped expand her abilities.
It really is a great way for people to come together, make music, and travel the world, basically, with their music.
The students here are being taught by the best of the best, from professionals in instruments such as brass, strings, and percussion, to music industry experts and everything in between. With almost 80 faculty and staff members, there's an opportunity for every student to excel in their preferred area of expertise. Jazz performance student Cyrus Rowe explains why this specific school has an atmosphere unlike the rest.
Not only does the faculty care about you, but it's like a certain environment that other schools don't have.
Maybe I'll just leave it to the professionals. This facility was finished in the fall of 2021 with the help of generous donations from Michael and Anne Greenwood, hence its namesake. It certainly made a name for itself in its own right, as this building was named as one of the top music business schools by Billboard magazine in 2023 for the second year in a row.
Strengthening their musical skills has been a huge plus for the students, but it simultaneously instilled a sense of community among peers. Being able to create, practice, and perform music that they love has allowed them to engage not only with each other, but with the Stillwater community as well. Senior music education student Andrea Behenna talks about how it has personally helped her in and out of the classroom.
It's done so much for me these past 2 years that I've been here. It really has helped me come out as a person and grow as a person and musician, and I really don't know where I would be without it.
As the school and accompanying programs continue to grow, so does OSU's love of music. You can catch these incredible students perform at the McKnight Center, which is directly attached to the school itself. Students at OSU continue to grow and expand the musical scene in Stillwater, which has benefited the community and music lovers alike. From Pete's Corner, I'm Claire Thomas.
It's amazing what happens behind the doors at the Michael and Anne Greenwood School of Music.
Let's take a look inside the Sarah Center for the Performing Arts with Avon Molinar.
Within the walls of the Sarah Center for the Performing Arts, a certain magic is being made. A vocal artistry is being developed by those who are willing to take the leap and discover their passion, much as OSU opera student Haley Hitt did.
Because there was a retired opera singer who lived in my hometown, and she was working with the Cherokee Nation, and I'm a Cherokee resident, and so I got a scholarship to study with her.
Hitt's practice here has also helped her make new friends along the way.
Also, just make a really strong connection with all of the opera students, and I know, and I think I can speak for all of opera, that we all know that they're a call away if we ever need anything.
The best part about the opera program is you don't even have to be a music major to participate. Here at the Sarah Center for the Performing Arts, students of not just musical majors, but even non-majors come here to test out their artistic abilities. Now, let me get my singing voice ready. me. Giving everyone a chance is what Megan Barth Argo, co-director of opera studies, believes is best for her students.
So we create opportunities for every student, particularly in the first and last productions. And then, the leads will go to specific people that have those abilities, obviously, in the main stage. But everyone is involved in it.
Along with her ability to make the shows run, the music school has grown since her arrival.
The person that really told me this is kind of the path where you need to be. Along with I got to study under the pianist for the Cleveland Orchestra, who was another person that said, you're great with performance, but you really have a knack and just, a natural sense of how to collaborate with people.
Next up on the performance list for the talent is the Rogers and Hammerstein Scenes program, and then a gala, where the performers hope to see you there. With Pete's Corner, Ava Molinar.
There's so many different types of music all around us, whether it be local music or, for instance, the Cowboy Marching Band.
And the Cowboy Marching Band likes to make their magic happen on and off the field. So now let's go to Miles Jennings.
Despite the ever-changing ensemble, the Cowboy Marching Band perpetuates its historic sound while expressing itself uniquely each year.
The Cowboy Marching Band has kind of a specific sound, but then in some ways within that, depending on how closely you want to listen, you'll be able to hear subtle differences.
The Cowboy Marching Band sound is a tradition, maintained by tradition.
Traditions are what connects the person that wore the marching band uniform in 1940 to the person that wears the marching uniform today.
The traditions of the Cowboy Marching Band are carried on right here at the Greenwood School of Music. The musicians of the band are proud to maintain and build that history.
The reason that the marching band sounds the way it is, performs the way it is because the students care about those traditions.
With the pride felt by those assembled to create it, the Cowboy Marching Band will continue to be a defining sound of Stillwater. With Pete's Corner, I'm Miles Jennings.
This is the money we could save by switching from fresh packed California crushed tomatoes to concentrated tomato paste.
I want to show you something too. I got a new door. Go take a look at it.
Nobody uses better ingredients than Little Caesars, like fresh-packed California crushed tomatoes. Pick up a large, deep dish for just $8.
Pizza. Stillwater is definitely elite when it comes to its music and music education.
Let's take a look at a band that is comprised almost completely of OSU students with Ava Whistler.
Ryan Hatcher leads a local band in Stillwater called Downtown Funk. He's done this for 8 years.
Yeah, so recruited some students, played at a different bar, recruited students, we played together, we got a few tunes going, and really just started out like that. And then as the years went, people graduated and left, and so stuck around and just recruited guys from the jazz department.
I'm Ava Whistler, and I'm here at Curators of Craft, where every Thursday night you can catch the resident artists, Downtown Funk, performing live.
The band recruits college students, especially with a focus on jazz, building lifelong friendships in the process.
Memories and just rekindling that with old friends. I don't know, it's all about relationships with me.
They bring together friends, band members, and even strangers with their music. Cade, the Downtown Funk drummer of 3 years, emphasizes this and more.
It is super fun. It's a lot of fun, and playing with all these guys is so much fun. But probably like something that people don't really realize is like you have to be like listening to everybody at the same time. And you can't just zone in on yourself and focus on what you're doing. Even though it might seem like at the time you focus on what you're doing, you really have your ears open and you're listening to everybody around you. And that's what brings a band to another level. So
a lot of going with the flow. You got to read each other. You got to be communicating, reading each other's energy, and not just the room, like the audience, but even each other. Like, oh, how are we all doing today?
And we get good music done, but we have a lot of fun with it too. So.
all the music and musical talents we have seen, there is no doubt that Stillwater is diverse in music.
And this next artist has been creating mixes and flows for the last few years, so let's go to Autumn with the scoop on DJ Jish.
I'm here at the Union Bar where DJ Jish, aka Josh Lewis, usually performs. In a city focused on country music, we need a change in the music scene, and that's exactly what he's bringing.
DJ Jish, who specializes in house and EDM music, took up DJing as a hobby until it turned into his platform.
I've always been interested in music. I produced music for a long time, and then I just always kind of thought about it, and I thought I could get it done. So I just got a DJ board and started. The interest kind of fell from concerts I went to. I went and saw a bunch of famous DJs and artists, and I really liked the environment and the vibe that they were doing at their shows, and I wanted to replicate it.
Not only does Josh get joy from his own music, he also gets it from his audience.
I like the environment that I'm able to create and control. I've always been the guy on aux. I've always been the guy at parties playing the music because I've always had a sense of what people need to hear, what they want to hear. I think it goes to just the reactions. If I do something cool, do something crazy, and I'm able to show some music that maybe people don't know, or maybe they know the song but in a whole different way, and show them just really a good time. I like making people jump, making them happy.
Josh's roommate, Riley Jackson, has seen Josh's progress and continues to support him on his musical journey.
I have been to several performances of Josh's, and I think that every time he is performing for a crowd that he is getting it very excited, and that there's a certain atmosphere there that really reflects a house vibe.
While many DJs are on the rise, Riley thinks DJ Jish has something special.
I think Josh brings creativity and a spin on a current type of music, house, EDM, but he also brings his own mix into it and gives it his own little DJ Jish twist that everybody knows and loves in Stillwater for sure.
At Tumbleweed or on the Strip, don't pass on a chance to see DJ Jish. I'm Autumn Sterling, and this is Pete's Corner.
Now, most people probably don't think of Stillwater as an artist hub like they would LA or New York.
Let's go to Jake Sellers to see how local artists and students are networking in a digital era.
Independent musicians are not exactly a staple of Stillwater. However, founder of Oklahoma State's Release Radar Club, Elizabeth Sanders, says a community for small artists like herself is something the city has desperately been needing.
I mean, yeah, it's just for people who want to be and feel like the people that they see on TV, in a place that doesn't feel like the places that we see on TV.
Founded last fall, the Release Radar Club is a hub for creatives at OSU. Their GroupMe, with currently over 100 members, mainly acts as a medium for people looking to form or join bands. Though the method is informal, Sanders says these artists are no joke.
You should know about them because they're really talented people and they're just starting out and they're going to go somewhere. The people that you're walking on the street of in Stillwater are going to be on your TV someday.
The future Stillwater celebrities who meet in this building every other Wednesday are part of a thriving community of artists at OSU. But this wasn't always the case. Until recently, the club only had 6 members, all of whom were upperclassmen, leading Sanders to fear that their impending graduations may mean the end of Release Radar.
I was really nervous I was going to be a dying club.
The club only gained traction this summer, thanks to a member posting about it on OSU's Snapchat community page. Since then, the club has only risen in popularity, reaching even beyond Oklahoma State.
I see people getting into groups every single week, and a lot of already formed bands are reaching out to me being like, what is this club? Can we join? We're not even students. And it's like, yeah, of course you can join.
Worried about taking the fun out of art, Sanders was hesitant to establish herself as president. Her top priority has always been to maintain a welcoming environment for each and every member.
I didn't want people to feel stressed. I didn't want people to feel like it was a chore to do this. I wanted people to feel ease and comfort and excitement to join us.
Though she'll be graduating soon, Sanders is excited and hopeful for the future of the club. For Sanders, this is only the beginning of Release Radar.
Now that we have people that I trust, and I know are going to do such a great job, I'm perfectly happy to pass it along.
For Pete's Corner, I'm Jake Sellers.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Local music in Stillwater is expanding every day, with residents and students sharing their musical talents.
And it hits even closer to home when those OSU students become the artist. So now let's take a look and a listen with Carson Buller at the Piece of Time Band.
For many, being part of a band is a dream that never quite comes to fruition. The idea of live performances with roaring crowds is wildly appealing, but getting to that place requires hours of tedious practice, packed schedules, and performances wherever may be available, and most dreamers aren't up for the challenge. But the members of Stillwater-based pop rock band Piece of Time aren't like the majority.
I try to set aside time, I say 3 out of 5 days a week to practice and to spend time working with that, especially the day before practice or a time that I'm going to need to kind of be sharp.
Composed of guitarist/songwriter Elijah Neal, drummer/producer Travis Johnson, and bassist/singer Zane Masri, all of whom double as students at Oklahoma State, the bandmates often find themselves battling the kinds of hectic schedules that would inspire amateurs to put their music careers on hold.
I'm a microbiology/cellular and molecular biology pre-med student, so I'm going to go be a doctor. I love playing music. I love going to shows with them. I love going to the studio and writing with them. This is just something that I'm really passionate about on the side, but it's a lot of medical stuff, so it's very busy.
But Piece of Time are no strangers to the grind of the music industry, and they maintain consistent practice habits to stay performance ready, and often put in significant solo work as well.
We do last minute gigs. I just have to, do stuff early, get some assignments done so I have time.
You have to find inventive ways to fit in practice, to fit in whatever, So sometimes when an idea hits me and I've been studying for a while, I might take a break and just go sit with a guitar and write the idea out, or record a demo or something like that, and then send it to the guys and go back on my way.
When you're an up-and-coming musical group like Piece of Time, you want to take opportunities to perform as often as possible. Piece of Time has performed all over Stillwater, including at Coney's, Elks Lodge, Everyman's, and even here at Cottage Row in Stillwater.
We played probably about 11 shows now. Yeah, we played about 11 shows. Probably a lot more to come in the spring, but 11 shows.
Experience and practice are some of the most vital qualities for musical success, and Piece of Time is dedicated to both. And while their ever-increasing experience doesn't necessarily mean that issues will never arise.
The first song we started, the guitar player's amp didn't come on, and so we had to do that. We just ran through the song with, luckily we had our other guitar player at this time, so he was able to kind of make up for it, but yeah, it was a panic moment.
Their commitment to their passion allows them to grow in musical prowess and improve as a group with each passing week. Piece of Time is currently in the process of mixing and mastering their first single, which Neil estimates will be finished sometime next month. You can find Piece of Time on Instagram, where they post information regarding their upcoming live shows, and their first single will be available on all music streaming platforms. For Pete's Corner, this is Carson Buller, signing off.
The Stillwater music scene is constantly growing. So now let's take a look at a band that's trying to make a name for themselves here in cowboy country.
This band performs at many venues in Stillwater. Let's take a look at the Cow Tippers with Hayden Alexander.
Cow Tippers is a local student band that is putting their musical talents to use right here in Stillwater. The 4-person group mashes together indie and alternative styles to create their own unique sound. Liz Sanders started the band after forming the club Release Radar to bring student musicians together. She and fellow bandmate Katie Kemp are the only 2 members of the band from the original lineup. Kemp is a self-made guitarist who loves every second she's on stage.
I love to be in the spotlight, and I love to go to a show and see all my friends in the crowd and play music with 3 of my closest, dearest friends.
Kemp has seen the band take many forms over the years, and last semester they had 2 new band members join. But after a little bit of practice, it was like nothing had ever changed.
Liz and I didn't know Jordan or Will that well before involving them in the band, but now that we've been together for this semester, I wouldn't want to be in a band with anyone else.
Will Veach started out playing Guitar Hero with his brother before deciding he wanted to do the real thing. When he heard that Cow Tippers was looking for a new guitarist, he jumped at the chance, and it turned out he was the perfect match.
I do fall into place in a way. I bring my own kind of personality, and I feel like it meshes well with all the other sounds that are in the band. So I think it's been pretty easy transition.
Although the lineup of the Cow Tippers has changed over the years, they all have one thing in common. They all got their start performing live on the Strip on this very stage.
For both Kemp and Sanders, rocking at Coney's is routine, but for Veach and drummer Jordan Killer, their late October show was their first time performing live.
Just like the energy was crazy, and when we were done, I was like, whoa, like that all just happened. Like I think I forgot that we even performed because it all happened so quickly and then it was over.
It was very, very nerve-wracking, I'm not gonna lie. I had the songs that we were covering in a playlist. I was, playing them over and over in my car to make sure I didn't mess up.
Although many members of the band are nearing their graduation dates, they have no plans to stop making music. They see themselves playing on bigger stages and for bigger crowds someday, but they'll never forget where it all started.
I think it's just such a different experience getting to go to a concert of the people that you know, with your friends going to see it and like being up close to the stage.
This sounds so cheesy, but it really did give me a purpose. It gave me a community that like I'd always desired. It's a dream that I've always wanted to accomplish, and even if it's small right now, it's exactly what I needed.
Cow Tippers is reaching for the stars, but the biggest question on everyone's mind is, have they actually tipped over any cows?
We don't know any cows personally, and also it would probably take a lot more than just the four of us.
If you're a cow out there and you want to be tipped, our email is cowtippers123.
It's supposed to be a secret.
Cow Tippers is currently working on releasing their second original, Bite It, as we head into the winter break. So after you've finished your post-finals nap, hop on Spotify to hear the latest from Cow Tippers. For Pete's Corner, I'm Hayden Alexander.
It's clear that music locally contributes to the sounds of Stillwater.
So now let's take a look at a place that not only contributes music, but also instruments to the musicians and residents here in Stillwater.
More on Daddy-O's music with Autumn Sterling.
2, 3, 4.
Most musicians need their instruments, so I'm here at Daddy-O's Music Store to see what they have to offer to aspiring musicians in Stillwater. I'm Autumn Sterling, and this is Pete's Corner.
Offering musical lessons and life lessons, Hayden Harris has worked at Daddy-O's for 8 years and still strives to help musicians find their sound every day.
What's important is what we do here is we make sure before they go out our doors, we've taken the time to adjust them to make sure they play as good as they can play, given what we have to work with each instrument, because it's all a little bit different.
Teresa Sorrells, assistant manager, has been working under Hayden's wing at Daddy-O's for about a year.
My manager has a really unique perspective on music, especially music in Stillwater and Red Dirt Americana music. That I think it helps me out to get that perspective.
Hayden's appreciation and knowledge for music and Daddy-O's are contributing factors to the ever-evolving music scene in Stillwater.
For people to have access to music and instruments, it's almost kind of like giving people the power to communicate on a whole other level, being able to share songs with people and music with people that bring you joy, and also to give those or share those with other people.
Daddy-O's continues to see all kinds of musicians in music and continues to help them grow in their talents and passions.
We get to experience people from all sorts of different genres of music, and especially a lot of the local Stillwater people that play pretty frequently. And we are going to change the way it all works. And make it more raw, authentic music that is from the heart more than from your wallet.